Welcome to the Couch of the Dead. And I gotta say, this podcast is really going down the toilet because we are reviewing 2024's toilet maintenance horror movie comedy Scared Shitless.
Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Matt.
We are two die-hard horror movie fans who want to share our love of spooky cinema with you.
So please, if you dare, join us on the Couch of the Dead. And we're back.
We're back.
She's trying to hone in on my action. So, yeah. Anyway, we have decided here on the Couch of the Dead that, we could review new movies that always take priority, or we can, and if we don't have a new movie to review, we are going to review an old movie. Well, it's easy to review The Exorcist or The Omen or something newer like Long Legs or, something like that, which are really cool movies. But we decided we're going to try and pick some really obscure horror movies for you guys. Stuff that we're just literally, we have know nothing about. And so we were on... What, Amazon Prime? Yeah, yes, it was Amazon Prime. We were on Amazon Prime, and we're just scrolling through horror movies, and we see a movie called Scared Shitless. And when I saw the description, if you guys don't know about me, I've been a maintenance guy for about 25 years now.
He's done enough toilets in his lifetime.
I've unclogged a toilet or two. And when I see a description about a monster ripping its way through an apartment building toilet, I'm just like, get out the auger. Let's do this.
Well, before we get started, what is the creepy cocktail of the day?
I have some mudslide from Kahlua.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it, but it tastes like mud, and then when I go to the bathroom, it makes it slide.
Right out.
We're going to have a lot of bathroom-themed jokes today.
I am on a kick with my blue drink.
It's the drink of her people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very tropical, for sure. It has coconut rum and blue curacao, which I think it's supposed to be the orange liquor, and pineapple. Yeah.
And pineapple.
Pineapple. It's really delicious, very refreshing, and I don't have a name for it. So, besides
it's called the Blue Hole,
mm-hmm.
and it's better than busting a nut. Okay, we've done that one already.
If you are not new here, welcome. And if you're new here, welcome.
If you're not new
here,
welcome
you're
back.
Also welcome back.
Wow. She's only 2 sips in, folks.
If you have not subscribed on our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? We need subscribers because someday we want to not work for a living. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But if you like what we put out there, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, and, all that good stuff. Do we want to...
If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
You want to introduce our cast?
Yep. So our cast here, right behind us, we have...
I think he's a little drunk.
He's getting ready to... go home, Art. You're drunk. We have Art the Clown. Alongside him, his love-hate buddy, Nosferatu. They just kind of hang out in the back and try and push each other off. We have down here a skull of a vanquished enemy. We have the OG, our undead kitty, Necro Kitty. And then we have our newest cast member, which is Luceba.
What should we get next? Give us a recommendation, or if you want to send us a gift, and we'll put it up over here. We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. We'll send you a t-shirt. How about that?
Yeah, that's a great deal.
So anyway, Scared Shitless. Do we want to... Yeah, let's get first in the synopsis and some quick notes, and then we'll get into spoilers. So, according to IMDb, Scared Shitless, it's a 2024 film. A plumber and his germophobic son are forced to get their hands dirty to save the residents of an apartment building when a genetically engineered bloodthirsty
creature escapes in the plumbing system. And with us, we have our cast is Stephen Ugg, which you might recognize him from The Walking Dead. And I thought immediately when I saw his name over here, I'm like, oh, that's the guy from Grand Theft Auto, because I used to play that, and it was so much fun. And we're still waiting for the last part of that game.
I recognized him right away from an older movie called He Never Died that starred Henry Rollins, which I'd love to review, but it's not really a horror movie. But it's cool as shit because Henry Rollins is cool as shit.
So we also have Daniel Dohney. Oh boy. And I recognize his face, but I couldn't find anything like...
He's your typical white guy.
And Chelsea Clark, which some of you might recognize her from Ginny and Georgia. For those of you like those kind of shows. And I will not forget that Mark McKinney is in this. He doesn't have a big role, but he's so funny in this movie. He's okay. I loved him in
Superstore,
and he's also
he was Glenn.
He was Glenn in Superstore,
the boss in Superstore,
and he was also in Kids
in the Hall.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall. So he's a very funny guy with a very funny voice, but he had a regular. He didn't have a big role in this.
Yeah.
No.
So this movie, we're not gonna go like blow by blow. We're gonna breeze through it, give you an idea what it's like, because you got to kind of see this movie for yourself to get an idea what it's like. But it does take place pretty much exclusively in an apartment building. And I was actually, for a movie called Scared Shitless, I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Well, we were also drunk.
Well, I do got to admit, I had to watch the last 15 minutes again today because I was like, I don't remember how this movie ended. So, but it was a really cool movie. It didn't take itself seriously. Had really cool practical effects every time. Every time you knock over Luciba.
Just not very stable.
So, well, then you guys have something in common. Anyway, let's just say let's tell you about this movie, and we're gonna spoil this bitch up in here for you.
And we're back.
So this movie is. We start out with our two main characters, who are basically the two main characters,
yes,
along with Chelsea Clark. Stephen Ogg as Dan, and Daniel Dohney as his son, ironically named Sonny. Yeah. And we find out that we're in their apartment with them, and we find out that Sonny is very germophobic. Like, literally, like he thinks he's gonna die.
Well, so we also find out that the mom passed away. I can't remember what she.
No, they don't really get into it. Just that the mom has passed away, and it's this father-son, and they're trying to cope with it. And
so for some reason, I guess the whole event of the mom passing made Sonny into a different kind of person, and one that doesn't like to go out much and doesn't really want to get dirty, doesn't want to do anything, too much. He even like they're getting ready to eat, and he's just washing his hands how many times, and the dad is like, okay, I think you got it.
But dad puts out a pretty good spread here, and I think it's the only reason I say that is because I think it's established very early in this movie that they do have a really good relationship. Like, this is a good dad. Yeah. He genuinely cares about his son, and that kind of permeates throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. Like, it's actually, you really care about these characters for a kind of low budget movie, and a movie that does never going to hit the mainstream. Like, the character development is pretty good.
Yeah.
And so they are eating dinner, and Dan, we find out, is a plumber, and he
has his own company.
Yep. He's going to take his son out to basically try and cure him of his phobia. And he's like, you got to get out there. You got to like literally get your hands dirty. You got to.
He's a very encouraging dad.
Yeah. He's not being a dick about it.
No, like I can see how some people might take that wrong.
Yeah, but he's like, he tries. He's like, I want to help. I want to help you. I want to get you out. You know. And he's like, so our first call is tonight. So they end up going to the high-rise building where they are unclogging the toilet of Mrs. Applebaum.
And apparently Mrs. Applebaum is a regular.
Yeah. Yep.
So she knows Dan,
yep.
Dad. She knows him by name. She invites him in. Hey, do you want a coffee and a cake or
first
something?
when they get to the lobby, we meet Chelsea Clark's character.
Yes.
Because she's working at the front desk, and we find out what's her name? I took my glasses off. Patricia. Yep, Patricia. And we find out that her parents own the building. Yep. So they go up to Mrs. Applebaum's apartment.
Should we wait? Should we
Oh.
talk about the elephant in the
No, we totally glossed over the beginning of the movie because we started to get into it where Mark McKinney's character is leaving a big flaming like research facility.
Right.
And he has a pet carrier with something nefarious in it.
Very. And he's leaving. Did we say he's like the place is in flames?
Yeah.
And he's just.
Yeah, I can't believe that's like literally the opening of the movie.
Yeah, we totally forgot.
Yeah, that's fine.
See, so this is how well we're doing so far. But so he takes it, and he happens to live in this apartment building. He goes upstairs with this creature that he has covered.
Yep, we haven't seen it yet.
It's in a pet carrier. And we see him talking to it, and sort of like he's his baby and his creation.
Yeah, telling it literally like, I created you. Right. I am your God. I am your father.
Yes. And so we kind of see a glimpse of him uncovering pet carrier, and we don't really see much. What we do see is that whatever it is jumped out at him, and
it attacked him.
He's now on the floor, and this thing kind of drags around on the floor until he finds a toilet, and he goes into the toilet and flushes itself. What we see is kind of like the tail end of it. It's kind of like what's that one movie that we watched?
Well, it's a worm-like thing,
right?
Kind of like
alien-y.
Kind of like take Tremors and shrink it down.
Yeah.
So this creature is now loose in the plumbing, and now we fast forward to Dan and Sonny,
and they are in.
There we
Mrs.
go. And
Applebaum's apartment.
And this I found hilarious because, like I said, I've been working in maintenance for a long time, and I tried not to be too critical of this movie, like the maintenance end, because I'm sitting there going, they wouldn't use that tool, but it's a movie, so I'm like, okay. So Dan lets Sonny basically in the bathroom with this thing, and he's like, have at it. And he's out in Mrs. Applebaum's kitchen, like eating food and eating snacks. And if you're a plumber, you probably don't wash your hands when you do. You just eat it. It builds your immune system. And Sonny's in there, and he's like, Dad, I can't get this.
Right. And he even tells him, like, you gotta put your hand right in there and just like try to get in there and then just feel it. And this guy is a germaphobe.
Yeah.
So this is not really. Oh, and he did give him some gloves.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Dad just rolls up his sleeves and comes in there and just whoom, hand right down in the toilet. And like this was my first maintenance kind of thing, where I was like, they wouldn't do that. And the snake they were using was all wrong. But whatever. Okay, I digress. So we're not going to worry about that. And
you're not at work.
No. So
they get whatever it is. Oh, they find, yes, they unclog it. They find a bottom dentures.
Yeah. Yep. And she's like, oh.
I thought she was going to put it right on.
Yeah.
At that
she's
time,
like, oh, I was looking for them. And again, that is not the craziest thing I have pulled out of a toilet.
That's true.
Oh yeah. And so we kind of we think we're kind of all good now, you know, but then we have another resident who catches them in the lobby and says like, my toilet's clogged too. And this girl is a quote unquote influencer. And she is they get her taken care of, but she is back in her bathroom, and she's going to create some content, and we think it's like OnlyFans content.
Yeah, because she starts undressing.
Yep.
And, we don't really see much, so it's
bummer. She wasn't that good looking.
She gets into the shower and starts like
live streaming.
Yeah, she's live streaming, and she's getting in the shower, and she's like washing her hair, like water all over. She can't really see, but then this thing that came out of the toilet, which is our creature, right behind her, and everybody in the chat comments are saying something, and she can't really see because she has like, you know, water.
Which is a really cool moment, because you see on the live stream, you see like the little hearts and the comments, and everybody's like, turn around, and oh my God. And there's this thing like right behind her. Mm-hmm. And this thing, now we kind of see it a little more, where it kind of looks like the head, it's a worm. It's a worm-like creature, but it's got like
you and that microphone.
Little like what's the thing, like mandibles. That's what I'm looking at. Like Predator, where it's like off to the side. So there's like 4 of them, and then there's like a suction cup mouth like of an eel with like all these teeth and stuff, and it decimates her. We don't see a lot of the kills.
Blood splatters around the shower curtain and that's really all we see at that point.
And then the coolest kill in the movie is we meet 2 elderly residents.
Oh God, okay, wait, because this is hysterical. Well, I want to back up a little bit. At this point, they did see blood coming out before they killed this girl, before the creature killed the girl. We did see blood bubbling out from the toilet, and at this point Dawn and Sonny are talking to the receptionist Patricia, and Patricia is begging them to not make a big fuss about this.
They want to call the police.
Yes, because they don't think this is right. They're suspecting foul play here. And she doesn't want him to, because they're trying to sell the building, and this would create bad publicity and all that fun stuff.
And she's basically like, this is all my family has left. You know, if we can't sell this building, then we have to file for bankruptcy, and yada yada yada.
They kind of like, okay, well, we'll deal with it on our own, right? So now we meet this couple, and it's an elderly couple, and
and this is hilarious.
Oh my God.
Because
you do not expect this.
Yeah, they're sitting there having dinner.
Dinner, yes.
And they're just having a conversation, and she basically like tells him to shut up.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I've been a bad boy."
Yeah.
And just they kind of play it.
Well, they're enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
So we fast forward a little bit, and we see.
She's getting changed in the bathroom.
Yeah, she's getting changed, and
she has a leather.
She's about 80, and she's wearing some kind of leather like dominatrix outfit.
Yes.
And he's like, "Hey,"
incessantly knocking on the door.
He's knocking. He's like, "I'm ready, and I've been a bad boy, and I need a spanking." And
she finally opens the door.
Well, the toilet's starting to bubble.
Right.
At this point, and she's like, "You gotta give me a minute," because the toilet's bubbling.
And she's trying to, she's about to like plunge it, as one does.
And I hope you can find a picture of this to put up for our viewers to see, because homeboy opens the door, and he's got like his face like painted white, and he's got "slut" written across his chest, and it's just so it was shocking. It was just so hilarious.
And
it was like, oh my God, like, this is hilarious.
She's like, and here they are, these 2 80-year-old. I mean, God bless them. If you are having that kind of marriage at that age,
Hell yeah, man. Go for it.
yes, I absolutely, yes. However,
It was funny. It was hilarious. So
um,
this creature pops out of the toilet
yeah,
and just goes ham on them and just kills both of them.
yeah, yeah.
And so
I don't remember how to die.
the creature kills him. And
That was a fun one.
yeah, but at one point when they're unclogging toilets, Dan and Sonny, when they're going through now the rest of this apartment, they pull out this like gross, long, stringy egg sack looking thing. And of course, so again, being in this profession as long as I have, I gotta say this is what I would do. I would just pull it up and be, look at that, and start pulling it apart and going, that's interesting. What is that? And Sonny's just like,
Well, so they put it in a bucket,
uh-huh.
but they find something else.
Well, it's important to note that I don't know why it has anything to do with his germophobia. Maybe it's because his stomach is so upset. But Sonny is constantly drinking this pink drink.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, but it's called Bismet or something like that.
Yeah, they don't
you
call
know,
it
and he's just down in this stuff
every time. Yes.
constantly.
Every time he gets a little grossed out by something, he's just like,
Mm-hmm.
and he's at some point he says to his dad, "Oh, I really need to get some more of these," and the dad's like, "Oh, don't worry, I have a
Yeah, I got you
bag
covered.
full of it."
And his whole back seat of his work truck
it's
is covered
boxes
with this stuff.
Bismol.
But he's a good dad. He got this
He
for
is.
his kids, you know?
So they found something else besides that. Well, let's talk about that first, because what it looked like, it looked to me like a humongous sack of beads, but big.
Well, that's
And,
the egg sack.
Yeah, so there are eggs from this creature, which can only mean one thing. This thing is about
Reproducing.
to reproducing everywhere. However, they also find something else in one of the toilets. Do you remember?
No, I actually don't remember. I was probably too drunk by then.
Okay, well, they're trying to pull something. I don't know if it was from the same toilet, but they pulled a full-on penis and balls. You don't remember that? Oh my god!
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh
I
my
remember that
God.
now. Yep. I remember that now. Well, it was from the slut.
From the no.
It was probably the sluts.
Yeah,
The
the
guy.
old people.
The guy, yeah.
The old people. Yes. Not the OnlyFans girl.
No.
No. I can't believe you don't.
I
don't
did not remember
part.
that.
Wow.
Good catch. Good catch.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I was kind of in and out.
so where are we now?
Well,
So now we have the receptionist Patricia in on it, and so they're all trying to figure out a way to deal with this.
Yeah.
And then we have
well, they're in Mrs. Applebaum's apartment.
right, and then
And
unfortunately the creature.
well, the creature makes an appearance.
Yes.
And
Completely out of the toilet
well, and grabs Mrs. Applebaum.
by the head.
Yeah, and just like sucks her down into the toilet.
Yeah.
And
she's
I'm sitting
completely,
there
like legs up.
going, there ain't no way she's fitting down there.
No, but
again,
they make the
gotta
whole
suspend
entire,
disbelief.
They made the whole entire toilet collapse, basically, down to the
The flange
yeah,
and the wax ring.
and then you see just like part of her upside down right on it, and it's gruesome. fun.
And then during all this, I forget whether it was by accident or not, but they find out that this
Creature.
no the Pepto-Bismol stuff actually burns it.
Right. That
It
wasn't
actually
yet.
hurts the
Yes.
creature.
Um.
But
So they
Well, but-
leave the dad alone. Well, the dad closes the door on them.
well, he's there, and Mrs. Applebaum has a dog, and the dog and Dan are in the bathroom, and Dan is now fighting this thing with a plunger, which is apropos for a plumber, and he's like, go save yourselves, blah 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 blah, and he kicks the door shut, and leaving Sonny and
Patricia out.
Patricia out in the hallway, and it's the implication that the creature kills Dan and the dog.
Right.
And so now they're kind of renewed where they're like, okay, let's do it. We got to kill this. So like, we got to avenge my dad's death. And
yes. At some point they did
and you felt
into...
really bad because you were like, man, because you really like these characters.
Yeah, for some reason you do. At some point they find themselves in the apartment of the researcher guy, which is McKinney.
Well, they're going around from apartment to apartment trying to kind of track this thing down.
They are in the apartment with the guy that he looked like he was dead, but then he wasn't. And
yeah, he slumped over against the wall.
Yeah, and he kind of explained to them what this creature is, and then that's it. Doesn't really give them much help, and then he slumps over again. And so now they're looking for this creature. They're talking about going down to the boiler because the dad had given the idea to Sonny about something about the pressure.
Well, basically funneling the thing down into the basement and then turning up the pressure of the methane and blowing the building up.
Right.
Like that's how they were going to kill this creature.
Sure.
Which again, I'm not going to get into the whole maintenance end of this, but it's so they figure now they're going to funnel this creature down into the basement. So we have a montage. I'm surprised how many implications and how many montages there are in every horror movie we watch of them pouring this bismuth, I think they call this stuff, into like all the toilets because they know this creature, it harms this creature. So they're going to funnel it down in there.
But they need a bait.
Yep.
And so they are down in a basement.
Yep. And there's this big metal drum that's basically like a filter for everything that comes through there. And Patricia?
Yes.
Is just reaching in there and she's pulling out like body parts and stuff of all the things that this creature did. And next thing you know, they pull out like a decomposed torso.
Head and torso.
Yeah. Of Mrs. Applebaum.
Mrs. Applebaum.
And they decide they're going to use this for bait. They're going to stuff it full of a pack of this Pepto-Bismol stuff and try and get this creature to eat it and kill it that way.
Right.
Well, when Patricia's trying to get the stuff out, she can't get the torso out. So she asks Sonny for help, and this is where Sonny kind of overcomes his germophobia because he's just reaching in this like bloody, gore-filled. Again, you don't see a lot of it, but this bloody, gore-filled canister, this big metal drum, and he pulls it out and throws her rotting head and torso on the floor.
And Patricia said, "Do you need any antibiotics or whatever?" And he's like,
no, I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
And
so he overcomes his
So they decide that they're going to turn up the pressure of the methane. They have all this stuff pumped into the toilets. They're going to funnel this creature down. And Sonny's like, I'm going to take this thing out. And he starts banging on the pipe as he opens it up. And you hear the snarling. And you hear this creature. And this creature comes out. And Sonny's there holding Mrs. Applebaum's decomposed head and torso, hoping that the creature will like jump out at him and eat this, and it doesn't. And it grabs Sonny by the leg, and she has an axe or a rake, and she grabs the rake.
Patricia does, yeah.
Because later on he's like, "Why did you grab the rake?" And she cuts this creature's wounds it, and it lets Sonny go, and he takes the bag of stuff
of the bismuth.
Yep. And just jams it down the creature's mouth.
Yeah.
And the creature starts like burning from the inside as the methane's coming out. And they make a run for it and get out of the building. And the building...
Just in time.
It doesn't totally explode, but it catches on fire. So our creature is dead.
Or so we think, at least.
Well, it is.
Okay.
And
here comes the, first responders.
And this is a really underratedly funny scene because, the first responders come in and next thing you know, they wheel out Dad and they wheel out the dog and they're alive. And you're like, woohoo, because we were really bummed that the dog died.
Oh, God, yeah.
But the dog was alive.
Yay.
And so they bring out Professor Robert, Mark McKinney's character, the guy who created this, and he goes, oh. The paramedic goes, I think we got another one that's alive here. And he rolls it back, and he's so obviously dead, and he just like pokes him in the face. He's like, oh, never mind.
Never mind.
And puts the cover back on him and rolls him out. So Dan has, or not Dan, Sonny has
Sonny.
overcome his germophobia
And it
and
looks like
saved the day.
Looks like they are going to be maybe romantically involved in the future.
Romantic relations.
Wow. And that is
from Family
okay.
Guy. Want to have intercourse with you.
Mm-hmm.
Relations.
No, yeah. And then Dad is alive, so then happy ending, everybody wins, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, I know we like pretty much breeze through it here, and that's what we're going to start doing, I think, is just getting a little quicker with our stuff and just boom, 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 and catching on the main points. Because we want you to go see this movie and not try and spoil it too much, even though we did.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did.
I just had a great time watching this movie.
It was fun.
I mean,
it was entertaining. I mean, yes, we were drinking, but it was still entertaining. It wasn't nothing to you know. It's not. Like
it's not gonna win any awards.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like it's not one of those. But it was different, and it was
definitely original.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about our scores. We have 3 categories that we score our movies, and each category we score a 1 to 5. And the first category is the plot. Why don't you go first?
So, I don't think the plot was totally original, but I like the germaphobe angle. The relationship between father and son, I know we mentioned it earlier in the review. We didn't really elaborate too much on it during our recap, but they did a really good job. Like,
they had a good chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really making you think, like, dad really cares about his kid, and he's a good dad and everything like that. This movie was only an hour and 15 minutes long, so they didn't do a ton of character development, but for such a short movie, they actually did develop those characters pretty well.
Especially the son.
Yep. So, let's see. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 old sluts.
Old sluts.
Old sluts.
Okay. So for me, I think this movie, it was fun. The plot had many holes.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
But it was fun and fast-paced enough.
It was entertaining. It had a little bit of originality to it. The alien creature type wasn't too original, but it was practical effect, I think, for the most part. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I think I didn't remember any CGI in it, really.
And that, for that alone, I have to give it a higher score than normal. The characters were likable, and it was just a fun little movie. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 sucky creatures.
Sucky creatures?
Yeah, because it was a little sucky.
That indicates that the creature sucked. It's
sucked.
Mega Maid! She's gone from suck to blow.
So 4 out of 5. Yes.
Okay.
The next category is acting and directing.
The acting performances in this were actually really good. Very genuine. Even the characters that you only spent a couple minutes with, you actually really got attached to them. You know, they made you feel what you were supposed to feel about them in a very short time. Like the influencer, like you really didn't like her too much. The old couple, you were a little grossed out by, but you were also kind of like, good for them, you
Yeah.
know? And then you had the father-son dynamic. And then the Patricia character was also, you know, really good and believable and stuff. And, you know, it was very well acted. Like, I didn't really see anything that was like, oh, this is just bad, you know? So actually, I'm gonna give it. This movie's gonna get a lot higher score than I thought it would. I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 5 for acting and directing. Old sluts.
I'm not gonna dwell much on this. I agree with everything that you've said. I think they all did really good. The directing was really fun as well. Good camera angles, good close-ups. Yeah, I don't have much. I don't have much complaints about this. I mean, again, this is not a movie that's gonna win awards. I think if it's just not that type of movie. It had a lot of potty humor, which is fine with us.
Get it? Potty humor.
Yeah. Yeah, the subject matter wasn't like that important, but it was still fun. So yeah, I am going to give it 4 out of 5 sucky
Creatures.
creatures.
Okay.
The last category is rewatchability, and what do you think?
Well, this is where I'm going to give it its lowest score because it holds your hand. I mean, it goes through quick because, like I said, it is only an hour and 15
Yeah,
minutes.
they rushed through it for sure.
So there's nothing you're going to see on a second watch that you didn't see the first time. But it's that being said, it's just a fun movie. Like, I'm definitely going to watch it again.
I'm sure you'll put it on when there's nothing else happening. Just
Yeah, like it's just a fun movie. Perfect balance. So, but even then, not great for rewatchability. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 old sluts.
okay. So I would agree. Nothing that I'm gonna be. Ooh, we gotta watch this again. I want to see what I missed. I'm sure something else is in there that like a little clue or little pieces of nuggets.
You just gotta pick through to find the corn.
No, not that kind of movie. So, yeah, I think 2 out of 5 sucky creatures for me.
Okay, so that being said, I gave it overall a 9 out of 15, which means it's an above average movie. You gave it a 10 out of 15.
Did I?
Yeah.
What did I give for the plot? 4.
4.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So 10 out of 15. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and again, like this movie knows what it is. And I think that's important for a horror comedy, and B, a movie that there's movies that are bad that try and take themselves way too seriously and make themselves even worse.
Yeah.
Like I put this in the vein of like Thanksgiving, where it's a horror comedy, but it's doesn't take itself seriously, and that's what makes a movie like this. It's not a movie where it's like it's so bad it's good.
No.
It's just good. It's
It was
fun.
It was fun.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely, I keep calling it just a popcorn movie. You know, if you just want to put something on and you don't really want to just delve into some complicated layered plot and you just want boom, fast pace and going. Yeah.
It's not overly gross. It's not like a gory. It's not like a psychological horror.
It's
just
got its
really,
moments of gore, but it's not like
it's really mild.
it's not disturbing gore.
No, and it's not really scary. It's a horror comedy. It's not meant to be.
And it balances it out really well. Like it's got enough of both the horror comedy elements to not lean too far one way. I would classify it more on the comedy side than the horror side,
Sure.
but it's got some really funny, genuine moments. And yeah, I would recommend it if you're looking
Yeah.
for something just to watch. You know, you can't find anything. Especially this would be a great movie if you had some friends over and you're having a couple drinks and you got a pizza and stuff just to sit down and watch, and you're gonna laugh your ass off
I don't
and
know
you're gonna
about
have
the
a good
pizza
time.
when it goes, trying to unclog things.
Yeah,
and,
it doesn't bother
but it bothers me a little bit, but not him. So, yes, we recommend it. And so hopefully, if you have seen it, let us know in the comments what you thought. If you thought it sucked, if everybody has their own opinions. It doesn't have.
But if they're
higher
not
scores.
ours, they're wrong.
It doesn't have high scores on IMDb. I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it, but it doesn't matter.
I don't care about that.
It doesn't matter. To us, we want to watch a movie and make our own minds about a movie.
Yeah, it was so if you've probably, if you're perusing the horror section of Amazon Prime, you probably passed right past it just because of the
Thousands of
title.
times. Yeah.
We picked it because of the title, and we weren't disappointed. We had fun, so
Yeah, it
definitely
was
go. Check it. It's free on Amazon.
Yeah.
You don't have to rent it or anything. It's free. Just
If you have Prime.
yeah, if you have Prime.
Yeah.
So
With that said, what time is it?
what time is it? Game time. So
So someone has some sort of surprise.
somebody
in the
did their
game.
homework, and we are going to do a horror quiz. Movies that feature fathers and sons
Aw.
predominantly.
We should
because
have done
that
this for
was
June for Father's Day.
because that was like the genuine thread running through this movie was the father's love for his son. So there's a lot of repeats in this, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. Okay. Number 1, in The Shining.
Ooh.
What is the name of Jack Torrance's son?
Hold on.
Oh my God.
No. Hold on. I know this. Give me a second.
No. You're not. Okay. Time's up. It's Danny.
Danny. Oh my God.
Danny Torrance. I know. It's one of those where it's like right on the tip of your tongue. Okay. That one's way too easy. Which actor plays the father Jack Torrance in The Shining?
Actor?
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, don't look at me like, "Ooh, you didn't know Danny's name." Okay. In Train to Busan, 2016 movie. We saw this movie.
I did not.
Didn't you? You didn't see that movie? Okay. What kind of outbreak occurs on the train?
Is there a
Multiple choice.
Yes.
Okay. A, alien invasion. B, zombie outbreak. C, robot uprising. Or D, vampire attack.
Zombie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
I knew
actually
that. Okay.
Train to Busan isn't necessarily father-son, it's father-daughter, but
Hey.
we got to watch it because that's that's
Yeah.
one of like the
Well,
top
every time
3
I
zombie
have said that I
movies
want
of
to
all
watch
time.
it, you're like, oh, but it's such a sad movie. I
Well,
don't
it
know
is.
if
The
I can-"
ending's
Yeah.
really sad.
Yeah. So.
Okay, in A Quiet Place,
Ooh.
why must the family stay silent? Do you want
The
multiple
creature,
choice?
That's how the creatures hunt.
Yep, monsters hunt using sound. Who plays the father Lee Abbott in A Quiet Place?
The father.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't care if you pronounce his name wrong.
Sorokinski.
Yeah, John Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
Okay.
Yeah, from The Office.
So this one, which I really didn't, it gets me now. Yeah, it's a father-son movie. Insidious.
Oh.
Okay? In Insidious, what happens to the son Dalton? A, he disappears. B, he falls into a mysterious coma. C, he turns into a vampire. Or D, he becomes possessed by a demon.
Mysterious coma.
Yep. Keeping with the Insidious. In Insidious, what supernatural realm is Dalton trapped in?
The further?
Yep. The further. Didn't even have to go. Okay, let's see. The Purge.
Ooh, I love the Purge movies.
In The Purge, what does the father James Sandin sell?
Security.
Yep, home security
Yep.
systems. Oh, here's a father-son movie. The Mist. In The Mist, a father and son become trapped where during the creature attack?
In the supermarket?
Yep. Okay, let's see. Okay, last one. Which one of these horror films centers on a father trying to save his son from demons in another dimension? A, The Conjuring. B, Insidious. C, Sinister. Or D, The Ring.
Insidious.
Yep, very good. That is our game. That is our podcast for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. Recommend us to a friend. We're gonna start like I said, when there's no new movies, we're gonna start trying to find some of these maybe hidden gems, maybe movies that you were told were hidden gems that aren't. We're gonna let you know. We're gonna be honest. Socials are on top or on the bottom.
Socials on the bottom, and you can hear us on the top. Yeah.
You can do East Side, West Side, McDonald's. So, yep, remember to like and subscribe anywhere.
Yes. Everywhere
that you watch or listen to your podcasts. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that cool stuff.
And we're very active on our socials. So, connect with us. And also recommend a movie for us to review, and we'll give you a shout out.
We'll do our best. It's gonna be tough in the next couple weeks because we are moving, so we're taking a lot of our weekends.
We're gonna have
to kind of gradually move.
We're gonna have a dedicated podcast room. We're excited about that. So no more pity patters from our dogs on the hardwood floors.
Because we're murdering our dogs before we leave.
No. Oh my God.
No, we're just gonna have carpet. We won't hear them click 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 on the hardwood floor.
We're not murdering anything.
Because we have a 28-year-old Chihuahua that won't let us cut his nails.
He's 18.
So you're probably gonna hear that clack clack clack. He literally walks on his toenails. But we love him.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you very much for listening. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we are out.